It's just about that time of the week. Time for the Weekly Weebs Podcast. Grab your friends, family, waifus, and husbandos, and join your favorite weebs for an exciting show of anime talk. Hosts Crimson, Frenchie, Wigwiki, and Zario Machini will review and suggest shows, talk about news from the industry, and tackle some of the biggest arguments in the world of anime. It's the Weekly Weebs Podcast, starting now.
Sup, dorks? Welcome back to the Weekly Weebs Podcast. I'm your host this week, Frenchie, and we're going to be talking a little news right now. We've been trying to get Zario to watch One Piece, and he might finally be able to because the One Piece comes out, I believe, starting next year. And they're supposed to trim down the first 1,000 episodes to like 263.
Which is
crazy.
really, yeah, I would say that's really cut down.
Yeah, they announced that the One Piece remake will actually have the same director who directed the beginning of Attack on Titan.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow,
So-
that's cool.
Good showrunner. I think it's Wit Studio
with Studio.
who's doing it, who also did the early stages of Attack on Titan as well.
And they also
So
did
it's
Spy
gonna be-
Family.
So it's gonna be gorgeous.
Yeah.
Oh,
At,
yeah.
like bare minimum.
They
The-
released a screenshot of Usopp's redesign.
They
And-
did a screenshot of a lot of redesigns of
Redesign?
some upcoming moments.
Yeah, the animation
Oh, yeah,
looks
'cause-
real crisp.
Because like, this show's a little like, cuter looking, right?
Well, it's supposed to actually be darker
Really?
and less censored than the early days of One Piece was.
Well, censorship doesn't have anything to do with how it's drawn.
Here's a picture of like all the other shots that they kind of put together
Oh, okay.
to kind of show off the animation a bit. But it looks
Nice.
clean.
Yeah, it does. Nice.
Oda has given complete freedom to the remake anime team to make the remake happen like how they see fit.
Mm-hmm.
I fully believe he's still going to have creative control in the end
Oh, yeah.
because you don't fuck up One Piece.
You really don't.
You get fucked up by One Piece.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, maybe that's kind of a reason that Oda's able to say, you know, I trust you to leave it in your hands, because they might know.
Not to
That-
fuck up. Excuse me.
Yeah, this is like the one series where, you know, if somebody fucks it up, the world's gonna riot.
If somebody fucks it up, they're immediately fired. It will never ever get another animation
Yeah.
job ever.
Just blacklisted.
Yeah, well, also just the fact that it's blatantly being done by the guy that did seasons 1 through 3 of Attack on Titan and the same studio. There's probably a lot of crossover from that team.
Yeah.
And
So it's in good hands.
yeah,
Oh,
and
yeah.
seasons 1 through 3 were incredible of Attack on Titan.
Oh
Those were not the ones that people criticized. That's to say,
I mean, a
all
lot
12 parts of season 4 were also still good.
I mean, a lot of the criticisms are stupid, but
They really are.
How dare they make Mikasa look exactly like how she does in the manga? Those monsters.
How dare the ending just be slightly shorter than what the manga had and a little different? I don't even think it was that
no,
much
it
different.
wasn't even different, I don't think.
It really. I mean, the only thing they didn't have was the movie theater moment at the very end. But
Movie theater moment.
yeah,
I didn't read the manga, so you're gonna have
Oh.
to explain that to me.
there's a moment at the end of the manga where like young Eren, Armin, and Mikasa come out of like a movie theater talking about like the experience or something like that. And it's like kind of foreshadowing stuff. I don't know.
Okay.
It was really weird. Like I don't really consider that like
Is
an
it-
ending.
Is it like a weird, like paths thing? Like
I have no idea. It's been a while.
Sage of the Six Paths.
I don't
Nice.
remember much because it has been a hot minute since I've read the manga ending. But yeah,
imagine Eren with a Renegon.
Don't.
we already watched the world burn once. It'll happen twice as hard if he had that.
He had to basically let them win, and that was already hard to do with how much power he had.
For real.
So,
I could swat you like gnats, but I need you gnats to win.
yeah.
But I'm not gonna make it easy for you.
Exactly.
I can't look like a pussy.
Exactly.
Pussy.
Can't have you thinking that
I'm
I'm letting
weak.
you win.
Yeah.
I got a reputation.
My name is Aaron Yeager.
Trust me, bro. Watch One Piece. Zario.
And Wiki would never say this, but Zario should watch One Piece.
Yeah. Well, thankfully,
Someday.
very thankfully, I'm not Wiki. Hey, Zario, watch One Piece, or at the very least, watch the One Piece when it comes out.
Assign it.
Well, I can't. It's not out yet.
Well, when it comes
That's
out.
not his fault.
Yeah, it's not my
It's
fault.
not mine either.
I think it is.
Yes, I'm the one that controls when
If you,
which
if you were,
studio
if you were,
releases
if you were
the
part
One
of that
Piece.
team, if you were part of that team, Crimson, it probably would have been out last year.
If I was part of that team, I would not be here doing a podcast. I would be making
Exactly. You'd be
money.
working on the One Piece.
Yeah.
And it would be
Which
out
would free you
last
all the time
year,
to
and then
make a
we
podcast.
would be.
Well, I'd also be making a lot more money. Probably.
which would then allow you to do a podcast for fun.
Yeah. That's fair.
And we
A
would
good
raise a
quali-
lot more money during November.
You could do a good quality podcast
With
with money.
with a studio and
Yeah, and
a
equipment.
team to actually run the equipment and
Yeah.
not me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh
Sure.
my god, I could have moderators and and an editor.
I could just sit and talk and not have to worry about all the background stuff.
That's the dream.
Woo. Speaking of dreams and people thinking they're in dreams but are actually in other people's bodies.
We are fighting dreamers.
But
Today we're going to be talking because, guys, we fucked up. We did not watch this for Anime Iowa.
It's embarrassing.
Yeah, we've done it every year since like 2020 where we started watching. Well, 2018 technically,
Mm-hmm.
where we started watching it for like every con that we all went to together. And we didn't watch it for AI this year. So
We were way too busy partying.
to make up for it, we are going to talk, because we've never devoted, we've partially talked about it during our movies episode back in the day, but we've never devoted an entire episode to the best anime movie of all time, and that is Your Name, a movie that we have all seen probably at least double figures at this point.
Yeah, easily.
I mean, we probably watched it double figures just that weekend at Anime NebraskaCon, just not a full watch through,
Oh yeah, because we kept getting interrupted or falling asleep.
usually falling asleep.
Yeah.
But Your Name, for those of you that don't know, movie came out, I want to say 2016 in Japan. Tells the story of Taki and Mitsuha and basically them having their own Freaky Friday epidemic
Yeah.
and switching bodies. Come to find out that they are actually, was it a 2 year,
3 years apart.
3 year time difference, where Mitsuha's timeline, she ended up getting killed along with her entire village by a meteor.
Mm-hmm.
And Taki goes through some supernatural alcohol visions to be able to rescue her. And
I also go through some supernatural visions, but it's not with alcohol.
Yeah, I'm a little jealous. Like, I wish I had some of that sake.
Right.
the story of this movie is not always the most
Laced
straightforward.
sake.
Yeah.
As there a lot of people I've watched it with or I've told about are like, this is confusing, and I'm like, that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
It's usually like your second time through or even a third time through that it really clicks into place. But
I think the movie actually somehow gets better on subsequent watches
Mm.
because you see how much they immediately foreshadowed everything.
Mhm.
Like, they never hid anything from you. The meteor is the first thing that happens in the movie.
yeah, when
Spoilers ahead, by the way.
this movie is 8 years old, we've hyped it up so much. If you haven't watched it yet, that's your fault.
Also,
Also true.
I'm sure the title will signify that this is some type of deep dive into this movie. So,
Yeah, I think the title's just going to be, Why is Your Name So Good? And I'll respond with, it's really not. My name is generic.
Oh my god.
I graduated with 5 total Tylers in my class.
my name is awesome. That's why they kept handing it out to people.
So, you know how we've joked that you and Wiki are both Zachary William?
Uh-huh.
I work with a Zach Williams.
That's awesome.
So I told him at work the other day, I'm like, I also podcast with Zach Williams. He's like looking at me confused. I'm like, yeah, they're both Zach William. So I podcast with Zach Williams. He's like, I hate that. He's like, you should.
There was Zach Williams back when I was still in the restaurant business. There was a Zach Williams that would come into one of the stores I worked in, and the first time I saw his name, I was like, "Oh, hey, we're brothers." And he was like, "What are you talking about?" I was like, "You're Zach Williams. I'm Zachary William."
Maybe it's the same
But
guy. Never know.
It was an older black guy.
Oh, yeah, definitely not.
Yeah.
This is like a mid to late 20s white dude.
Yeah, this was an older black guy, and we started calling each other brothers after that.
That's fair.
Yeah, we were twins.
Thing with this movie is, even on a first watch through, like, you're gonna be confused, but it's still gonna hit you like a boulder.
Oh yeah, I was crying constantly.
Same.
Constantly. Yeah, too bad Wiki's not here.
And not to mention, like, even on multiple rewatches, like, the movie never gets old. Like, it never stales.
Yeah,
Like, you can watch it a lot, and, like, you're always finding new little details every watch through of, like, you know, different foreshadowing or different moments where it's like, oh, this is kind of good, change the story at this moment, and things along that line. And not to mention the music.
Radwimps.
They fucking nailed it. Both the Japanese and the
Champions.
English versions of the songs
Yeah,
nailed it.
I prefer the English one so I can
Same.
sing along in my car.
Same. Oh, what? What are you showing him?
Cat video.
Oh.
It's like Banana.
Me trying to tell you an
Banana.
evil witch turned me into a cat dressed as a banana. It's no use.
Banana.
I think one of the things too is that they built the suspense so well. When it came to, on a rewatch, the build up, you know what's going to happen, but it still hits.
Yeah.
Yes.
And this is some of the best voice acting. Like Stephanie Sheh, who's the voice of Mitsuha, is already incredible. She has destroyed me emotionally so many times. I think we've talked about this, and just like off the top of my head, I know she's Kaio in Erased. She's Hinata in Naruto. Oh, God. I got to look it up because I've been mentally attacked by her.
Isn't she someone in Sword Art?
Yes, she is...
The kid, right?
Yes. Who, for some reason, I can't remember right now.
Yui?
Yes. Yeah, she's the voice
Yeah.
of Yui.
That's a real computer term.
Fucking
I forgot
nailed
I
it.
forgot her name was that.
Yeah.
But one of the nice things about the voice acting, and this is consistent throughout the entire movie, the voice actors change the pitch of their voice when they are in the other body.
Yeah, so the male actor is trying to sound like, Taki is trying to sound like Mitsuha. Mitsuha is trying to sound like Taki.
Like a more feminine Taki and like a more masculine
Yeah.
Mitsuha.
And
Yeah.
it really changes the complexion of the character.
Mm-hmm.
It really does.
And it's not even just like the pitch of the voice, it's the delivery
Mm-hmm.
as well, because like when Mitsuha is, Taki's in Mitsuha's body, the voice is more confident. It's not just a deeper sounding. There sounds like more confidence behind it, while it's a more timid sound
Yep.
when Mitsuha's in Taki's body. And I think it's just, it's such a small thing, but it's such a really like fun change to way this movie is done in the voice acting realm.
And also, when Mitsuha is in Taki's body, Taki's like bulkier friend gets confused. He's like, "Oh, I thought he was kind of cute."
Yeah.
Oh, that was the other one. She's also in Kotaro Lives Alone. She was
Oh.
the girl neighbor who was getting abused by her boyfriend and had to go into hiding, essentially.
Oh, yeah.
I remember.
Man,
she's
that was
also
a sad
Rin
show.
in Naruto. She's Orihime in parts of
Oh.
Bleach. She's Sailor Moon.
Well, Orihime is a very happy character. Her backstory, I guess, is kind of sad, but it happens very quickly. So the rest of it's just happy and her eating bread.
She's also Casey in Cannon Busters.
Nice. Casey did make me cry in the episode where he was thinking about trashing himself.
She's Kaguya in Code Geass. Like, Stephanie Sheh is on my bucket list of voice actresses I really want to meet.
She hasn't been around here?
Mm-mm.
Wow. Rude.
Yeah, I really have wanted to meet Stephanie Sheh for a long time, and
What's up, Stephanie Sheh? You don't like the Midwest?
oh god, she
Doesn't-
was in Pop Team Epic.
Doesn't gotta... Wasn't everybody in Pop Team Epic?
Yes. She's Kuro, the
Like-
cat in Blue Exorcist.
Like, oh, that's dope.
Mm.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure Pop Team Epic just sent out an email just to all, being like, "Hey, you want to be in this show?"
It was just a giant like email tagging
Yeah.
every voice actor
Us trying to get people that first year.
of November. Yeah.
Now we are a lot more intelligent with our approach.
Yeah. I'm still really glad that I was able to get that erased print AI. That was really cool because I don't see a lot of stuff for erased, just in general.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's probably because it doesn't continue or anything.
Well, I mean, it's
Yeah,
a
and it's
short
kinda old
story
now.
that gets in, gets out, and does a damn good job at doing so.
Yeah.
But we're
Um,
not talking about race. We're talking about Your Name.
Which is also a movie that just gets in, gets out, destroys you on the way in, destroys you more on the way out.
It really destroyed Mitsuha.
Yeah. It's still kind of crazy. The guy that played Taki still does not have a lot of major credits.
Other than Taki.
Maybe he just
Oh my
kinda
god, I
does
completely
something.
forgot about that.
Hmm.
One of the reasons I loved Kotaro Lives Alone so much is because Taki voices the manga artist. neighbor.
Oh yeah.
So the two of them were
Oh, the
Taki
guy who's
meets-
like taking care of the kid most of the
Shin
time.
Karino.
Yeah.
And
so-
he kind of had the thing with the neighbor. Like,
Yeah,
going
so
on,
Taki
so-
and Mitsuha are kind of like a will they won't they type couple in Kotaro Lives Alone.
Yeah, they're together again in another universe.
Is there more of that show?
Not that I know of, nothing
I
yet.
don't think so.
I
Damn.
really liked that show.
Me too.
Yeah.
I want to watch more of it, but I don't want to read the manga.
Oh, he's also
Fair enough.
Origami Cyclone in Tiger and Bunny.
Nice.
He's in Thousand Year Blood War arc as Lupi Atenor.
Oh, he's the Espada that replaced Grimjow for a minute.
Mm.
Um,
It's actually been a while since I've looked at his stuff. He actually does have a lot more than the last time I looked, which was probably like 3 years ago at least.
Man's got to work.
you know, as morbid as it is that entire town was destroyed by that meteor, the art is so gorgeous that we went from having one massive, gigantic, beautiful lake to two massive, gigantic, beautiful lakes. So, you know, it kind of works out.
I don't think that's how they view it. Because no one's there to enjoy it because the closest town is like an entire car drive away. And it's like quarantined off.
Details. Honestly, that whole area probably should be, because that mountain that they go to where they dropped off the sake is another crater from another meteor. The same meteor. Every time this meteor comes by, it crashes in the same spot, just like a little bit.
More left or right every time.
Yeah, because I'm sure the lake that they live around is probably also a crater.
I'm pretty sure they say it is.
Yeah.
They do.
So stop living there.
Lightning doesn't strike twice. Yeah, but a fucking meteor strikes 3 times. That meteor's like, fuck this specific place 100%.
Yeah. Yeah, and it makes sense. It's called the Tiamat Comet, so they must have pissed Tiamat off. That 5-headed dragon is not taking it.
And only 3 of the heads have hit so far.
Yeah. It's got at least 2 more coming.
Minimum.
Yep.
Everything after that, well, I don't want to tell you.
I think one of the nice things about this movie, like we talked a little bit about the soundtrack, is that the soundtrack is both super emotional, but also like really cutesy.
Mm-hmm.
Like Thema Mitsuha, again to Goshin Tori and School Road are all just like little cute bops.
yeah, little like piano medleys and yeah. I love Red Wimps. They come back to keep doing songs with. I can't remember the name of the creator of the movie, or your name, but
It's not Ghibli.
No,
it's
it's not.
Makoto Shinkai.
What was the new movie they came back for? Was that for Suzume?
Yeah. They did the music for Suzume and Weathering with You. I think they always do the music for his movies, which is a great choice because music always slaps.
They need a fun cover band name, like the Pillowcases
Yeah,
covering the pillows.
yeah.
That will never not be funny.
That's a big reason I keep that shirt because the pillowcases are awesome.
Suzume was very different, like very much a different movie from Your Name, and I don't think as good for sure as Your Name.
Well, to be fair, you could say that about any anime movie ever not being as good as Your Name.
Yeah, that's an unfair bar to.
Spirited Away was probably the #1 anime movie before Your Name came out for the longest time.
About 15 years.
That's quite a while.
Yeah, Your Name's already up to 8.
That's fair.
I'm sure something will surpass it eventually, but
So we're due for another upgrade in about 7 years.
Probably.
maybe.
Man, could you imagine, though, if they remade some of the old Ghibli films with today's animation? Like Princess Mononoke and Your Name, and Spirited Away specifically, where they're the ones that have, like, the most action and, like, supernatural creatures and beings.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
it's-
those are movies that still hold up no matter what. But
True.
yeah, you're right. It'd be.
But I also think it would
Like-
lose some of its charm because, like, the hand-drawn Miyazaki style
Uh-huh.
is
Yeah.
so perfect for Mononoke specifically, too.
Mhm.
I can only imagine if they were to like remake Your Name, like in 7 years or so, like at that 15-year mark, like have a remastered or something where it's just like the newer animation and like brighter colors or something, like just how crazy the animation would be. Like, because the animation was already insane in that movie to begin with.
Well,
Now imagine if it was like more up to date again.
my question would be with your name getting a remaster, would we notice a difference?
Yeah, because, like, compare
guess that's
Suzume
fair.
to it. Suzume has, like, the exact same art style. Like, straight up, Suzume herself looks like she could be just straight from
Yeah.
Your Name because of the character design.
I guess you got a point there. Yeah.
Because, like,
I mean, the monster, in terms of like animation, looked amazing,
Mm.
but it like everything was just kind of, I guess, to be expected.
it wasn't better than the design of the meteor.
No, that meteor.
I think it's still too peak to warrant to like
To
notice.
get a reboot.
Even,
Like,
in, even
noted.
in consideration.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I think even if they did make quote unquote improvements, I don't really know if like the average person would notice.
That's fair.
I don't think I would.
I don't know enough about animation to even have an idea.
Yeah.
Is there anything about the movie that you guys would change?
Anything that I would change? That's a good question. I mean, I'll say this: the more I watch the movie, the more I get sick of the groping joke, I guess. Like it had a novelty that really had a timer.
I think the first time I don't really like it, but when he gets back into her body and the little sister walks in, that's when
I-
it's still funny to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, when
He's
when
just
he's
crying
I
and
like when
grabbing.
he's crying. Yeah, that's true. That's fair.
And the little sister's like, I'm going on ahead. She's being too weird today.
Yeah,
I ain't having it.
The little sister's a gem.
True.
yeah,
I don't think I would change anything.
yeah. It's really hard to think about because there's nothing I can think of that I don't really like necessarily.
Yeah.
Because
It's like a perfect movie. It's like a perfect animated movie.
yeah, and it's like every scene feels intentional.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to think of scenes that might not even really matter that much. You know, like the scene with the restaurant where the girl's skirt gets cut. And it's like, could we cut that scene? It's like, well, no, we can't because that is actually the starting point to their almost relationship.
Yeah.
And then there's the date.
Exactly.
The date is
That
adorable.
never would have happened if the skirt scene never happened.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I loved that date.
Mm. I don't know if it's anything I would necessarily change because I have no idea how you would change it. It just does seem really just convenient, I guess, that Mitsuha never watched TV or anything in Taki's body and didn't, there were no reports on the meteor, and that Taki didn't see anything about the meteor or think about it at all. Like I said, I don't know how you would make a change to it, or if you even change it. It just seems a little
Well,
a convenient plot point.
to be fair,
Uh,
they both didn't really know much about the meteor until it got closer to the time of the meteor.
He was saying literally the first thing we see when Taki is in Mitsuha's body and comes into the living room, there's a report on the meteor. So it is there from the
Well,
beginning
I
of
was
the movie.
talking about even before that. Like literally, the opening scene of the movie is
Oh, yeah.
is Taki watching the meteor fly by, and a piece of it splitting off.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. But they do have reports of the meteor in Mitsuha's timeline.
Yeah, that's the part that I think it's convenient and a little weird that he never would have seen
Yeah,
anything about it. But
yeah. If I remember right, they seem to pop up usually when he's not in her body or when he is, but leaves.
It's always when they're back in their original bodies to some capacity that the news articles kind of pop up about it.
And when he's in his own
Time.
his own time, he doesn't think about the meteor at all because
Because it already happened.
It
Yeah.
happened 3 years ago, and when he's looking for Mitsuha's name in the survivor list, and they're talking about it, he kind of just briefly mentions he saw something about it on the news and then didn't think about it anymore.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I think maybe the only change that I can think of is maybe the ending. I wish we had a little bit more time with the two of them together versus it ending with them asking you what your name is. I
dude,
know,
I don't know. It's so perfect.
It is perfect.
It ends with the title, though.
I know, and it's perfect, but it's also so frustrating because we watch all of this happen, and then when they get together, they're asking what each other's name is. It's like, fuck, you two already know, though, kind of, not really, but do.
Well, you haven't watched Weathering with You, right?
Not yet.
Okay.
Hasn't been assigned.
Well, spoiler alert for Weathering with You. Taki and Mitsuha are in that movie, and they're a couple because it takes place after the events of Your Name.
Oh shit! Really?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit!
Yeah, it's a little Easter egg in the background.
Mm-hmm. Same with.
Oh wait, so they're not the main character?
No.
No. New characters, new storyline. But they're in.
You could see
they're
them
in
somewhere.
Tokyo. So you see them and you see Mitsuha's friends, the Kyle Hebert guy and the
It's kind of
girl.
like how in Frozen when they're all the people are coming to meet Elsa.
Oh yeah, and you see
can
Rapunzel and Flynn.
Yeah, Eugene.
Whatever.
But yeah, they it's something like that where it's a wink wink nudge nudge.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Or how Mickey, Donald, and Goofy are in The Little Mermaid.
Yeah. And Sora.
Gross.
He's right there.
Ironically, he is like right next to them. I don't think it's exactly Sora because obviously it came out before Kingdom Hearts, but there is a character that looks very similar to Sora standing next to them.
That's funny.
It's really funny.
Square Enix was watching Disney for homework and saw him and was like, "That's him."
I wish that
That's
was the
the
case
one.
with Kingdom Hearts because the concept art for what Sora was originally supposed to look like is vastly different.
Really?
Oh, hold
Is
on.
it bad?
It's not bad, but you could tell the decision they made for Sora's like actual look later is so much better.
You
And
ever
it's
see
still not great.
you ever see concept art that you like way better than what they went with?
Not really.
Really?
Not often.
I can't think of specific examples, but I feel like I have.
There was one I saw the other day. I can't remember what character it was. I'm like, wow, that is a huge. It was Chopper. Chopper's original looks so stupid.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
he was like a monkey dude.
Mm-hmm. Monkey D. Sora.
That's similar
But-
to like what Goku's was originally supposed to be too.
Oh no, he's like I guess it's more like a lion. That's like a lion tail and like lion.
He
paws.
looks like a what the fuck more than he
Yeah.
does a human.
Where the wild things are.
Never for real.
But
I don't know.
I love this movie.
I do
Like,
too.
Where the wild things are. It's pretty
No, Your Name.
I don't think I ever saw the movie Where the Wild Things Are. Read
Neither
the book,
have
but
I never watched the movie. I saw the trailer for it, and I'm like, I have not a lot of interest in this.
good. There was
The live
I
action.
think an old movie that was just I think like the pages of the book.
Yeah.
But
it was basically
Kinda.
just on screen read to you.
kinda, yeah. That was my experience in like the second grade or something.
Mm. And that was like 42 years ago.
Yeah, it was.
I think one thing I completely understand the people that are like, this is super confusing because it's supposed to be like the aspect of a dream is like the further away from the dream you get, the less you remember.
Yeah, but also it's okay to be confused because the characters are confused too. Like you're on the ride with them. They have no idea that they're time traveling. They have no idea. Like Taki has no idea that he's technically possessing a dead person,
Yeah.
surrounded by dead people. Just yes, Crimson.
So I just stumbled upon this completely side tangent, but we were talking about Attack on Titan earlier. Attack on Titan, the final chapter, The Last Attack anime movie announced. A 145 minutes final chapter compilation film with improved visuals. It's
Part
supposed to come
one.
out it's supposed to come out November 8th of this year.
That's just part one. That 145 minutes.
I wish. I don't think that's the case though. I think they're
Well, that's just because you haven't seen it yet. Once you get
Fair.
once you hit those end credits and that to be continued comes up,
That's if that to be continued fucking shows up. So help me God.
Now, what is your source?
Twitter.
that's not helpful.
It really, hold on. Anime
So, what's your
news and
so-
facts.
What's your source? The internet's toilet.
anime news and facts page? There's a key visual from Mappa Studios also.
Ah.
Yeah, Anime Pony Canyon, which has almost 1 million followers, posted an hour ago. Attack on Titan, the movie, The Last Attack teaser.
Yep.
What the fuck?
Somebody's comment was Attack on Titan, the final chapter, last attack. ... Part 1.
See?
It literally looks like it's just literally the
Movie condensed, or the last
final
season
two parts just
condensed into one movie. Yeah.
which
Oh,
is
okay.
stupid. What's the point?
So they can still continue to stay
Money.
relevant. Because
I'm not-
Attack
I'm
on
not
Titan
paying
wasn't
attention to
relevant
yours.
enough to, to hold for 10 plus years. They had to extend it out more.
Well, I mean, Attack on Titan can do nothing and stay relevant for a long time somehow. But
I mean,
also,
it ended, what, 2 years ago now? Attack on Titan?
last year, I think.
Was it really only last year? It feels like it's been a lot longer. Or a little longer, because I remember watching it
I wanna
with
say last
Jaren.
year.
Let's see. I really hate typing all this out. Attack on Titan final season part 3 part 2.
I would just put, when did the anime end?
You should have just said finale.
Yeah.
I just wanted to type it all out just to make myself mad.
Fair enough, I
November
guess.
4th, 2023.
Okay,
Yeah,
so it hasn't even been a full year.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I didn't think so. It didn't feel
It's
that.
been weird.
So it could stay relevant for a long time. But I think the whole reason they're doing this movie is in a similar a similar train of thought as this bullshit trend that we've had for a while now of anime movies coming out and then getting re-released as a series.
This is going to be the reverse.
Exactly. So
No.
it's the same train of thought, just the opposite direction.
I wonder if it's going to have a different ending because there was a fan manga that was made that a lot of people really liked, and I think Isayama even said was really well done. And there was a rumor that the ending to the anime was going to be different from the manga because of how fans reacted when Isayama ended the manga, which, to me, I have zero problems with.
Same.
Crimson said it was different. There was no movie theater scene. Problem fixed.
It's just...
But, like, that's like an end. I think that's like the after credit moment.
Exactly.
The movie is just them walking to a movie theater to watch the ending.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty funny. That would be really funny. I kind of want that now because then it would kind of tie in with that moment from the manga.
It'd be kind of trolling, and I hate it.
It'd be trolly, but I would love it for that purpose alone.
You could just speculate what the ending could be.
Yes.
Also, I really hate how this is written. Like, not because of the way someone wrote it or the way AI wrote it. It's just, it hurts me to read. The final season of Attack on Titan is divided into 3 parts and has a total of 30 episodes. The first part debuted in 2020. It took over 3 years for the final season. I hate it.
Guys, learn what a season means.
Oh, it's supposed to feature improved cuts and a 5.1 CH surround sound.
Right on.
So it's just the final. It's just all parts condensed into a movie.
I'm not paying to see it.
Hell no.
You know what movie
Absolutely
I
not.
would pay to see in
The
theaters,
finale's
though?
on Crunchyroll. If you're already paying for the subscription, there you go. Just watch
Exactly.
You know a movie I would like to see in theaters? That's right, Your Name.
I mean, we can
I
always
would-
just watch it in my basement. That's close.
it.
No, it's not.
It's not.
I mean, not to like
It's
actual theater
to a
quality,
theater-
but
yeah, dude. I would love.
You do not have the theater surround sound.
I don't
I
have
would-
a theater surround sound, but I got a pretty decent soundbar.
I could watch it right here. That TV's bigger than yours.
Could you
Is it?
That's an
Yeah.
85.
Damn it!
could you imagine going to like the B&B theater or something and watching Your Name?
Dude, IMAX.
Oh my god, IMAX, yeah.
You are the meteor.
I would pass out if I watched it in IMAX. I'm certain. That's so much screen.
Yeah.
I
yeah,
would be.
it sure
I
is.
would probably have a bit of an anxiety attack. I would be so overwhelmed watching that movie in IMAX.
The meteor hitting would probably actually knock me out because that loud ping that
Mhm.
happens.
Because
That ping kind of takes me out every time I watch that movie anyway. Cause
Yeah. There was a Dark Knight movie that came out in IMAX forever ago. I'm trying to remember if it was Dark Knight or Dark Knight Rises. But I remember seeing it, and
How old were you?
I was young.
Okay, because Dark Knight was 08. Dark Knight Rises was 2012.
I think it was Dark Knight. I think we saw Dark Knight in IMAX, and that was a lot.
I saw Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire.
How would you put him in a goblet of fire?
Yeah, in IMAX.
Dad and I
Damn.
almost went to go see Rise of Skywalker in IMAX. Dear God, would that have been a waste of money?
Yes,
Yeah.
it would have been.
I already booed hard enough at the kiss scene.
Now,
Yeah. now you-
Revenge of the Sith in IMAX, that's another story.
Oh, that would be cool. Yeah.
That would be dope.
Yeah, that last fight
Oh
between
my God.
Anakin and Obi-Wan. That'd
Yeah.
be sick.
Order 66 in IMAX. Oh my God.
It's like
I have the high ground. Me leaning back, staring at the ceiling.
You
You're
sure
goddamn
do.
right!
You sure do, buddy. Oh my god.
It's like I'm there killing the Jedi with them.
I got shot. Oh wait, no, sorry, that was the Dark Knight.
Yeah.
It's like I'm one of the younglings.
Master Skywalker. There's too many of them. What are we gonna do? Please take me out.
Oh my god.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
But your name.
Revenge of the Sith is gonna be 20 years old next year. I just want to let you guys know that.
Revenge is 20 years old.
I was 8 years old when that movie came out.
It came out in 05.
Yeah, that sounds right. I was in the 5th grade. Yep.
Yeah. I can promise you it's 05.
God.
Yep, that sounds right.
I remember watching that in theaters.
Me too.
I remember everything leading up to watching that in theaters. I was with my mom going to go visit my sperm donor now when he was in jail, and I was super young.
Mm-hmm.
And we went to Minnesota, and I remember seeing like the trailers for it and wanting to watch it. So my mom took me to go see it in theaters. And at the time, I was like, "This is the best Star Wars movie ever."
You're still right.
I'm still right.
Yeah,
I was like, I'm still right, but like, goddamn. Oh my! Imagine watching the Obi-Wan Kenobi like final episode in IMAX, like the fight, like that final fight again with Vader and.
I am what you made me.
a taco?
I made you a taco?
Thanks, man.
That's so nice of me.
God, tacos sound good, right? You know what sounds really good? Tasty Taco.
Your name?
That
Your
too.
name does sound
But
good.
Tasty Tacos sounds so good right now.
I'm
God,
gonna,
I'm so hungry.
gonna be honest. I've never really been a fan.
I think it's good. I don't think it's super special.
I think for the price you pay for the food, it's pretty solid.
So some about
It's like $3 for a taco or something like that.
their tortillas I don't like very much. And
Really?
Yeah, and their beef is not like
Oh, I
spec-
always get the chicken.
not spectacular.
Their
I-
sauce is overrated.
I'm like
I've never had the sauce. I get basic like cheese, chicken, sour cream, and a flour. I'm like, this is heaven.
You don't even get their deep fried?
I didn't even know they had a deep fried.
That's the whole point of going to Tasty Tacos. Is to get the
Wait.
fried tacos.
Oh, I don't really get the flour.
This is the whitest motherfucker.
I mean, yes. I also
Uh,
have
I-
not been to Tasty Tacos in a hot minute.
I like how he's the one that likes tasty tacos, and you're more upset at him than you, and you're like looking at me like he's crazy.
You're looking at the guy who also just said that I don't like Tasty
Yeah, not a
Tacos.
fan, yeah.
I don't have a problem with Tasty Tacos, but like if you're going to Tasty Tacos, you should get the Tasty Tacos.
I'll give it a try next time then. Next time I go to
Like,
Tasty.
dear God, you could make that shit at home.
Yeah.
I would prefer that, honestly.
Yeah. There's
mean-
just some days though where I really don't want to cook.
Yeah, definitely.
'Cause I do that a lot. And I don't like it. There's some days where I'm like, I just want to go out and just
He's
get
a
something.
fake chef.
I'm a HelloFresh chef.
Hello, fake fresh.
Anyways.
Frozen,
Isn't it-
frozen fresh isn't fresh, Crimson.
Ice, baby.
That's fair.
Look at us getting off on tangents. It's not a Weekly Weebs episode without at least one random conversation.
We've already had like 4 of them already in this episode alone.
What, did you 7 listeners think you were only gonna hear about your name today?
No, you're going to hear about our names too.
Yeah, it's Zaria Machini.
And Crimson.
Cremetta.
Yeah.
Yep.
I've just accepted the name at this point.
Good.
I would hope so. It's been
Okay.
like 3 years.
Yeah.
Longer than that now, hasn't it?
I think it's been 4. I think we're coming around on 4.
How long have we been doing this
Well,
now?
We've been doing the podcast since 2020.
Which was 4 years.
Yeah.
Was it Kakagiri?
How old am
that
I?
got
82
you?
or 85?
It was. I don't think it was Kakagiri. It was. Fuck. Hold on. Let me look. What was the first show that I did that
Jack Wang, get on it. I know you know.
for bonus points?
Or Posemon if you want to try to redeem yourself because you fell off the cracks. I doubt you're even listening to this episode.
Was it Plunderer?
It might have been Plunderer.
Oh, it could have been.
It was
'Cause that-
it was either Plunderer or maybe it was Kakagiri.
How many assignments have you had by those points? Were those like late or were
Those were, like,
early?
Early.
Yeah, I think
Those were like season 1 assignments.
You didn't get it right. Well, yeah, it was in season 1 that you got it, but you didn't get the nickname right away. It was because you had like a couple of pervy things in a row.
I think
like-
it was my second assignment that I did that caused the name.
I'm
But-
checking our episode listings because those won't be in order.
Oh yeah, you're right.
I'm just going to Spotify.
Yeah. God, what was it? I'm trying to remember all my early assignments that I did.
Dude, I don't even remember my early assignments. And I probably have the best memory in this podcast, which is not saying much,
I mean, my memory is shit.
which is why.
I get scared because my family has this like idea for some reason that I have this like picture perfect memory. I don't know why they keep thinking this, and I keep trying to tell them I never remember anything.
I am notoriously known for having a horrible memory.
Yeah.
Jared roasted me last night because I was going to get online and play Multiverses with him, and I completely forgot that he was going to New York this weekend to see a buddy of ours for a baby shower.
Nice.
And like, I didn't think twice about it because I was like, well, I know he's in New York, but I saw he also came online, so I was like, well, maybe he's already, online to, play. And so he's like, dude, did you already forget? And I'm like, that you're in New York? Like, no. I actually didn't forget that because we were already trying to go in on a present for our friend between me, Jaron, and another friend of ours that we went to school with. So, but no, I remember shit.
Yep.
Notoriously so. Erica gets mad at my memory so often because I'm trying. I can't guarantee anything anymore though.
Yeah. I
It
mean,
might have been Plunderer because
it would be a very understandable one.
It
your
could.
second assignment was Kakagiri.
What was my first?
We all did like dark shit first.
Yeah, it was Dead Man Wonderland.
Oh
and
yeah,
then you jumped right in to fucking Kakagiri.
Yeah.
Dead Man Wonderland was a really good one.
Like your
Was.
first
I really
couple
wish that
assignments
kept going.
were
My first one was a pretty banger one,
Yeah.
and then from there it went everywhere, which wouldn't surprise me.
my
It-
first two assignments were fucking Promise Neverland season 1 and Anohana. I started off with bangers.
Hey, it wouldn't be
You
a Crimson
also did
assignment
a
if it
total
wasn't out
shift.
of left field every now and then.
Yeah, so your first
Because I've had some
assignments,
good ones, I've had some really bad ones.
Dead Man Wonderland, Kakagiri.
Yep.
Let's see. Agretsuko was your third.
No fucking way.
Oh.
Agretsuko was my third assignment.
Oh, the confidence that this kid had.
Hey, you know what? Fuck
The
you. I
shift
still
in
love
your
Agretsuko.
first three assignments.
It went from like really good to really horny to really friends like.
Really mid.
Yeah. Hey, I like Agretsuko still.
Still mid.
I like it. I think Agretsuko, I've realized, is
Your next one was the first 3 seasons of Ruby. Ah!
Oh man.
okay.
You went from Agretsuko to the fucking cookies.
Oh fuck.
To be
You went from
fair,
the socks to.
to be fair, I've realized that Agretsuko is a guilty pleasure show for me because I know it's not the best,
I mean,
but it's fun. It's a fun show.
it's a stupid sitcom, like any other stupid sitcom. You could like it. It's okay.
At least it doesn't have a
But-
fucking laugh track.
yeah,
Boy.
definitely.
I really hate early Crimson in this podcast. So, Dead Man Wonderland, real good,
Yeah.
real solid choice.
Awesome. Yeah,
Then
great pick.
Kakagiri,
Animation-wise, not bad.
Stop. You don't get to talk for a second. Kakagiri, Agretsuko, Ruby. So it just kind of like dropped. The quality of Ruby as a story, not terrible. Then you motherfucker did Plunderer, which was rapey as fuck.
Yep.
I'm mad about that show because, like, that was a show that had potential to actually be something really cool and really good.
Yeah, it had its chance to be good. It
Yeah.
fucked it up.
Why do you think there's no season 2? I do. Part of me
Well,
does want to
hey,
read the manga.
Good shows don't get season 2s.
Yeah. Part of me wants to read the manga just because of the fact that, like, I want to know more about the world and, like, what happens.
Yeah. Yeah, that's understandable.
Do you want to guess what your next assignment was after Plunderer?
Was it Sky Wizards
It
Academy?
was fucking Sky Wizards
our
Academy.
our worst show period. Again, another show that looked like it had promise and then
You-
really fucking
You
sucked.
guys
Crimson.
remember in season 1 when we still did 0 out of 10 ratings?
Yeah.
And Crimson, you just kept getting mad about your scores.
Because you couldn't get a 10 out of 10. And now you fucking know why, because you look back at those
What was my first 10 out of 10? It was
Joker game.
Joker Game, which I very
well earned.
don't really remember much of to begin with, other than it was espionage in like the
In World War II in
Yeah.
Japan.
Yeah.
Looking back on it, probably not actually 10 out of 10 now that we've gotten more.
now that we've gotten better ones.
Yeah.
I do.
That,
I
that
do
show's still
eventually.
dope as hell, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do eventually want to do an episode where kind of like what Wiki does, where we have those moments where we're talking about specific shows and stuff. I want to do a throwback to us like rewatching Sky Wizards Academy and like discussing of like, is it as bad as we remember it to be from 4 years ago?
Yeah.
'Cause
That'd be
I'm-
interesting.
Yeah, just that would be just more out of curiosity. Like, is it truly as bad as we remember it, or were we just
I-
absolutely
Crimson, I
roasting it?
swear you were punishing us. Your next one was Beyond the Boundary.
Oh, and the
Bespectacled Beauty.
I will say that was
I don't even
that
remember
was
that one.
baby that was Baby Weeb Crimson, because that was when I was also like getting some anime suggestions off of like TikTok and stuff.
Okay, your next one was High Rise Invasion, which was fine.
I liked that one a lot.
Same.
I really wanted that one to get
I
another
just
season.
didn't like
I
how
did
horny
too.
it was.
Yeah, I mean,
Was
it wouldn't be a
that the
Crimson
one?
assignment if it wasn't horny.
Was that the Cremetta one?
No,
That was in June of 2021.
No, Cremetta popped up way before that. I think Cremetta was the Kakaguri episode.
It wouldn't have been that early, I don't think.
It was either Kakaguri or it was Plunderer. Because there's no way it was
It's a-
High Rise Invasion. I got that name very early in the podcast.
yeah. I don't think that we labeled you
Cremetta.
the first Kirby assignment you did.
No, I think it was the second. I think
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah. Because it was once it started fitting like a pattern that,
Yeah.
that we were like, geez,
Well, and now I
geez,
just.
Minetta over here, Crimson Minetta, Cremetta.
Yeah. Well, now I've made tradition to where at least once every season I assign at least one horny show.
I don't-
It's tradition at this point.
I feel like you don't really have to try that hard.
Sometimes I do. I think this year's
Yeah.
was the 100 Girlfriends Who Really, 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 Really Love You.
God, I hated that show.
It's terrible.
Because what else did I'm trying to remember what else I ended up actually assigning this year that would have also probably been in that realm of the horny realm. Besides 100 Girlfriends. I think that was the one. Yeah. Because everything else was not horrible. Because the other ones I had was Pokemon Concierge, which was adorable. And the fact that we're actually getting more of it, we're going to be getting a season 2 of it, I'm so excited.
Mid.
It's not supposed to be, like, groundbreaking. It's just
It's
supposed
a
to be
soulless
fun.
cash grab
It-
by Netflix, and you know it.
It is.
It
but
do-
you know what? Fuck you.
It
It's
does,
still fun.
It does need more episodes
Besides 4.
in general, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I had that.
Like,
I had
it is a nothing show.
Yeah.
So you just need more content.
True.
they should have saturated the fuck out of it.
I had that one. I had Mashal, which
Sure, Claymation takes a long time.
season
though.
2 was also really good. Mashal. I had Zom 100. I had the 100 Girlfriends.
You only assigned the first season of Mashal, right?
Yeah, because
Okay.
season 2 wasn't out at the time.
Right.
100 Girlfriends. Shikamori is more than just a cutie. And then Love Story with Yamada-kun. Which that was a little bit more your assignment than mine. It was like, you were like, hey, you should assign this. And I'm
Hey,
like,
I
okay.
just said this is weird, and you straight up asked me, should I sign it?
No, you sent me a picture of it. It said
You
should-
asked me to.
Mm. Anyways,
Anyway.
do we have any other thoughts on Your Name before we wrap up?
I think I've shared enough. We've got enough tangents, too.
True. If you haven't watched Your Name, but at
What are you
this
doing?
point in the episode, if you haven't watched Your Name,
You're wrong.
You're wrong.
Yeah, all of our talk about Attack on Titan definitely should have convinced you to watch it. To watch Your Name.
But 100% watch Your Name if you haven't. It's incredible. Our discussion about it will not do it justice.
You've literally been listening to us talk about this for like 4 years. How have you not watched Your Name yet, guys? Come on. Watch it. It's the only show that we've been consistently talking about the entire time we've been together.
And the crazy part is the show's a movie.
Yep. I think technically the word show is all-encompassing.
That's fair. I'll give you that.
I think
At this point in
I
our career, quote
No.
unquote.
no, I think it was an older thing that show is all-encompassing. I think TV series kind of stole the word
That's fair.
for themselves.
All right.
If the USA was so great, why did they make a USB?
Mm.
Deep thoughts with the deep.
And now we have USB-C
Weeb thoughts.
and micro USB.
Just waiting for the USD,
It'll happen someday.
probably.
There's the USDA.
Oh, we're close. But we're also backtracking a bit there.
No, it's the USDA.
It's Canadian?
United States of Dick, eh?
It's just one guy.
That's what All Might
Richard.
yells before he claps cheeks.
What's the anime assignment?
It is on Netflix. It is called Blue Period. The first episode made me very emotional because it hit me like a rock. Not even because it was super sad. There's just a couple quotes in there that, for me, as someone that can never say no to doing new activities and has major hyper focuses and also feels like a failure sometimes when I don't accomplish things, that really hit me. It's a fun show, and I will be happy to talk about it next week.
Nice.
I finished it yesterday, so
It's 12
Hopefully.
episodes, pretty quick watch.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Your Lie in April, but with art.
yeah.
In terms
cool.
of, it's about a kid who discovers his love for art while he's a junior in high school, and like his progression through learning how to draw and developing as an artist and painter.
I think I've seen like posters for it.
Mm. There's a couple characters that are interesting, but overall, I really enjoyed the show, and I'm excited to talk about it next week. It's now in my top 25 specifically because of how hard it hit me.
Damn.
Yeah.
After the first episode?
Yeah, I
Wow.
straight up told Kat that I wanted to rewatch it with her because I could definitely see this being a comfort show for me, which I definitely think it is. Which, again, talk about it more next week.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm looking
Goodbye,
forward to it.
everyone.
Bye.
Nerds.
Thank you so much for tuning in to the Weekly Weebs podcast.
We'll be back next week with more exciting anime talk.
Make sure to join us every show to stay up to date with what's going on in the world of anime. We'll catch you next time.